Welcome back to the Motley Crew Week 12 prediction show. This particular one's going to get interesting. It's going to get interesting. And I'll give you an example. Tatanka Blanco plays the Django Unchained. Tatanka Blanco 9-2. And I don't know if anybody's taken the time to look, but when you look at the standings, there's only one person that has an X by their name, and it's Tatanka Blanco. That means he's in the playoffs for sure, and everybody else is up in the air. That's weird territory to be in this late in the season. No real breakouts other than like one guy, and so nobody's really shocked by it. But this week versus the Django Unchained, Tatanka Blanco is projected to win by 10, 125 to 115. But you're just looking at history. History shows us from a previous matchup, Tatanka Blanco won 137 to 87. That's a 50 spot. Yo, what up, 50 Cent? That's a 50. You lost by 50 the last time. That's kind of some people don't even score 50 points in a week, and you lost by 50. That means not only did Tatanka Blanco score 50, he scored way more than 50 to beat you by 50. That's a lot of 50. That's a lot of 50, and that's a bad deal. But when you every now and then greatness comes out, and Tatanka Blanco at 9-2, the only one that has a check by his name for the playoffs. It's what it is, and I'd be a little nervous, But sometimes winning by 50 can make you overconfident. You can lose a game from being too confident and already looking at next week. And I can assure you that's what we're doing over here on Tatanka Blanco's side. We're already looking at next week. We're already positioning our roster where it needs to be. This is pretty much a walkthrough. But when you get overconfident, you can lose sometimes. But that's like when you're playing other teams that has some potential. You can show up and lose. This one's a little different scenario. This is like high school kids playing third graders in basketball. There's nothing wrong with being overconfident because they know it's a walkthrough. So let's just say that a high school basketball team plays the number one team in the state the next year, assuming that you're not number one already. So I guess that's kind of a bad scenario. Let's pretend you're the number one team and you're playing the number two team in the state in high school, and that's on Friday. Let's say that game's on Friday, but your game on Tuesday, you're playing foil third grade. That kind of confidence, no, that's different. It's a walkthrough, and so it's nothing to get your feelings, hurt by. It's just sometimes there's a fantasy Goliath, and A-Chan, it's this week. So baby back Gibbs versus Jaden Savas. Jaden Savas coming in hot here, fresh off a loss. They did play before in which baby back won by 12 points. That's old baby back Gibbs Hager. And so you're projected to lose by nearly 29 points. 29 points. Did I do that right? Yeah. 29 points this week to Jaden Savas. It's kind of a tough spot to be in. He's coming in hot here at the end of the year. His roster looks okay. Your roster looks not very good. Your roster doesn't look good, Scott. I'm just saying I know why Jaden Savas at 4-7, 10th in the league. Well, you're 9, but I know why. He has Puka, Kelsey, Jameson Williams, Kenneth Walker, Daniel Jones. Those players any week could have some big numbers. I'm not sure about Emmanuel Wilson. He's only in because somebody's hurt. Wandale Robinson. Sometimes they throw on the ball. If they throw on the ball, you know what I mean. Like it's just a odd deal. But if you look at the other side, it's real suspect. I'm taking Jaden Savas. We don't even have to spend time on this one. They're not even going to be close. Then we have Young Ho versus Pack Full of Love. Young Ho, you're projected to win. See, this is crazy to me that you're dead last in the league. You're projected to win by 18. You're coming in strong. You know what I mean? And I think I'd said last video, you got this momentum. And I think next year, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat you. You got a lot of confidence going in at the end. You lost 7 straight games. You've been winning pretty good. You're projected to beat the number 2 team in the league, and that is unbelievable. The advantage goes to you. You have most players check. You have the advantage of 5 green checks as opposed to Pack Full of Love. Going back and forth, Stafford should have a good week. Josh Allen threw 300. But Matt Stafford's not Josh Allen, but he had 300 yards against Tampa Bay. That's who they're playing. James Cook could have a big week versus Houston. Could, but I think Houston has a pretty good defense. Yeah, it's what it is. I don't like to always go with ESPN. I don't think they know anything. Over there to PN, I don't think they do. But I think that are you PN? Are you PN? So I'm going Young Ho on this. Yep. Kicking Bass versus Bundle Rooski. This is a matchup for the third and fourth place. This particular one, I mean, this is interesting. I mean, we got a couple powerhouses playing each other. Bundle Rooski 7-4. You're projected to win 133 to 119 versus Kicking Bass. The advantages mainly go to you. 7 check boxes to 2. He has Drake May and George Pickens with check boxes over Brees Hall, which I don't know if I believe that, but the Jets are terrible this year. And then Drake May, of course, over Jordan Love, which I would take that too. This could be anybody's game, but Genty, your number one running back, plays one of the top defenses. It's going to be Bundle Rooski Doo. I don't think there's any way around it. You have some people kicking Bass in your roster that nobody's ever heard of. I know they're in the NFL, but I think the only people that heard of them are like people in their hometown where they played high school football, and I don't even think some people know that some of those players even went to their college. So, no offense. Master Bates versus Skynet. Master Bates, you're projected to win this by 38 points. 38 points, but we all know that Jordan likes to pull some fast ones always, and I'm not even taking my time this week to go do it. I like his strategy. I see what he's doing, but last time you guys played, Master Bates won by 3, 114 to 111. Even when you offset that with an extra flex or the guy who's out, it's going to bring it closer. But this week, I'm actually taking Master Bates. I think this is his week. He's got a pretty solid roster, and especially if they figured out that they should throw the ball to Nico Collins, which they did last week. And Agbuka, he's questionable, but if he's back, I just think it's going to be too much for Skynet to handle. It's going to be a system overload. You know what I mean? So, Son of a Bash versus Brown Kids. Brown Kids, you're projected to win this one by quite a bit. Quite a little bit there. I mean, that's a lot of points. I mean, that's nearly 30 points. And so you have one space empty that's yet to be filled, and even when you do it, at most, look, I don't even know your roster, but at most, you're not going to have it. But I do see you've had some bad luck. You got Garrett Wilson, IR. You have Tucker Kraft, who was the number one running back in fantasy on the IR. It's just a tough week for you. Josh Jacobs is hurt. And to be honest, you don't really have anybody to fill that role. I think you're in trouble. Whoever you get off waivers isn't going to be good. I'm going Brown Kids on this. It's just what it is, and you're going to fall. I mean, everybody still has a shot at the playoffs right now, and if you lose this, I think you're out. Potentially, if Aiden wins all 3, maybe it flip-flops. I haven't done the math on that. I'm just saying, guys, this is serious time. Well, this is cutting time. You know what I mean? They're like, they say this is gonna be time for the nut cutting. That's what they say. Probably your coaches where you live, they're AJ, and they're like, it's time for the nut cutting. That's what they say over there, probably. So anyway, let's get it together, guys.